I'm the consultant clinical psychologist. I work across the Cheshire and Merseyside rehab pathway. I support the other psychologists that work across the team, and I also work with individuals, families and carers. I was really interested in clinical psychology just in terms of supporting individuals at difficult or challenging periods of their life. I'm really interested in clinical neuropsychology, which is working with people when they've got an acquired brain injury, but the Cheshire and Merseyside rehab pathway works with people who have got cognitive impairment but also complex physical conditions. I really enjoy it because we work as part of a multidisciplinary team, which means that we can give a real holistic approach to the individuals that we work with. It's a real privilege to work with people in a really, really difficult period of their life, and often people are battling something that they've never had to face before. Myself and the other psychologists always feel that it's amazing that people open up and let us in a time in their lives which can be really, really challenging both for them and a family. I guess my hope for the patients that we work with is that they start to psychologically adjust and come to terms with what's happened to them and move forward from there. And we're always really amazed by how resilient people are and how they manage to overcome the difficulties that they've faced. When somebody's had a serious accident or they've developed an illness, their life changes, but also the lives of the family and the carers around them changes as well. If you're working with just the individual, you're missing out the importance of that whole system that surrounds and supports that patient. So as much as possible, we try to work with carers and families. Managing the process of specialist rehabilitation is slightly different psychologically than the physical rehabilitation, and that's because the physical rehabilitation can sometimes be quicker, but when people leave hospital and take a step back and take stock of what's happened to them psychologically, that's sometimes the best point for the psychologist to become involved in supporting them and their families. It's an amazing job to see people progress in terms of their rehabilitation. Often we see people at the start of the rehabilitation journey when things are really difficult and there's a lot of challenges, both for the individual and for the family that surrounds them. But what I love about the job is spending time with people and seeing how resilient people can be. They come out the other side really well adjusted in terms of their disability or in terms of their illness or injury, with new coping strategies, new ways of relating to one another as a family. So it's a real privilege.